Om Namah Shivaya. Good morning. Good afternoon. So today, I hope you have the translation proper. The Shivakami will translate in Vietnamese, and Ambika you translate in Chinese. Okay, thank you. So please switch all your video on and be attentive. Be here. Don't double task. Don't do anything else. Okay, so this is a very precious time that we sit together for satsang. So the topic of today is about faith. In Sanskrit, it's called Shraddha, or faith. Faith, and the opposite of faith is doubt. Okay? So faith is an inner knowledge. It's an intuitive inner knowledge. Okay? It has no proof. Sometimes you cannot use proof. You say, okay, give me the proof, then I would believe you. You see? So it's beyond the proof, and yet it is based also on reasoning. It is not blind faith. Okay? I give you one story. This guru, he go to the river in India. The story is they go to the river to take bath. And then he has a water pot. And he didn't want to lose his water pot. Somebody might just come and take his water pot. So he dig a hole to bury his water pot. But he didn't know that many of his students, they follow him to the water, to the river, and they watch him from afar. They saw the guru dig a hole and put the water pot inside. So they also do the same. So the guru went swimming, and all the disciples go out and dig hole. Each person dig a hole and put the water pot inside, because they think the guru is doing something, something very serious and spiritual nature or whatever. So they they dig holes and put the water pot. And the guru come out from swimming. Then he look for his water pot. Then he see many little little mount. He doesn't know what is it. Where is his water pot? So that is, people follow and imitate without understanding. In fact, the guru just do a simple thing. He didn't want people to take his pot, so he buried. So nothing very extraordinary about this. Okay, so you need to reason and not just only imitate. So you need to know that faith is part of the qualifications of a spiritual aspirant that seek after truth. Okay, so without that you fail, because there's a 4 qualifications. So through the practice of yoga, you qualify yourself with, we call discrimination, dispassion, the 6 virtues of the mind, and the strengthening of the desire to know. Okay, so if you follow this, then you come closer to truth. So so you know already, discrimination means the capacity of thinking correctly, intuitive thinking, to know the truth between the self and the not self, the self and the mind. You need to be able to see the difference between the two. Detachment means you know already, so you don't get involved, get attached to the mind and to the senses. And then the 6 virtues means you cultivate the tranquility of mind. What means tranquility? No longer up and down. So the mind needs to be kept very quiet, no longer up and down, no running toward extreme, no raga dvesha, which is the swinging between the likes and the dislikes, so the mind is calm. Okay? And then the second virtue that you cultivate through the practice of yoga is the control the senses. That will help the mind to be calm. Okay, and the number 3 is we call it uparati. That means resolutely. That means with conviction, turning inwards, okay, to find happiness, and no longer seeking for it in external objects or in external appearance of your own self. Yeah, if you all the time compare to other people, you all the time try to show off, yeah, then at that time you're not ready, because you have to turn inward to find happiness. And the number 4 is you have to be able to be strong to endure the difficulties of your transformational path. You should not have romantic idea. Romantic idea means you dream something and you think it will happen, yeah. But you have to be able to be strong to endure the difficulties of the self-transformational path, and as well as to endure the up and down of your karma, of your all kind of thinking being relieved. Okay. So the 5th quality is the quality of shraddha. In fact, the topic that we talk about, yeah, you develop faith on the journey, and when you are not having the experience of bliss yet. So you are waiting for the direct experience of bliss, but you have to practice, and you don't know what is your karma, and you don't know what is your old attachment. So it takes a long time to release. So when you are on the journey, you need to develop faith. You need to have faith. Yeah, otherwise you will not be able to continue. So faith is a very important thing. And number 6, you need to mentally remain balanced by concentration. And concentration on what? You need to concentrate on the goal, that means on your self-realization purpose, on the Atman, on God, on the symbol of God. You need to keep the mind concentrated and no longer running towards objects, so that you are not losing. If you 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 you're not concentrated, then you'll be losing your concentration and you lose yourself. But the spiritual aspirant is the one that is keeping himself very anchored, so he doesn't get shaken up, okay, and not losing himself quickly. So if you have faith, then it helps you to endure, okay, because the journey is not a romantic idea. It is hard work to self-transform yourself and change your personality, change your way of doing things. It's hard work. So you need to have endurance. Okay? So what is it that you endure? You endure the difficulties of sadhana. Sadhana, which requires self-restriction. Yeah. So that's sadhana, self-restriction. So you don't eat a certain thing, you eat a certain thing. You don't go somewhere, you go in another sattvic place. So self-restriction, okay? So you cannot, if you are on the path of sadhana, you cannot allow your mind just to do whatever it likes, whenever it likes, okay? So it requires self-restriction, self-sacrifice, yeah. So you have to do karma yoga, so offer of yourself, you have to sacrifice of yourself happily and joyfully, if possible. Okay, so you have to be able to endure as well. Life of a karma yogi is never easy, but it's always more challenges. And self-discipline, because the mind need to be calmed down. Yeah, the mind need to be trained into self-discipline, so that it doesn't create obstacles to you. Okay, so faith, if you have faith, it helps you to endure. Okay, the difficulties of sadhana. It helps you to turn inwards when the mind is still on the habit of turning outwards. So to switch the mind from going out, yeah, to find enjoyment, and to switch it to go inward, to find the peace within, that is not too attractive, because you are so used to live in the sensual world. So the habits of the mind, or the samskara of the past, are still very deep. Okay, so you want to do that. You want to turn inside to find the truth, but your mind is halfway, is all the time looking outside. So you have to be able to endure the transitional states of mind. I mean, the mind is in middle. Yeah, it's like at the doorstep. It's half in and half out. Okay, you can you have fear. Yeah, so in that state of mind, you have lots of fear. Fear to embark on the journey. When people say around you, people that you know from before, say, what are you doing, what are you doing, why you are not getting married and have children and find a job and enjoy your life, why you meditate, things like that. So then there will be external pressure outside of you, and that will deter your efforts, and will make and you say, oh yeah, maybe they are right, maybe I need to settle down before I do spiritual practice. So it creates doubt in your mind. And then also the internal pressure you receive. So when you are on the path of self-transformation, and you have external pressure and you have internal pressure. Yeah, internal pressure is a subconscious mind, I mean your own mind, that does not want to venture in the unknown. Đóng cửa sổ luôn. Unknown means you have to go to a place you have never been before. I mean, you have to experience something that you did not experience before. Okay, so we are very attached to what we experienced before. But the unknown is... Okay, that's part of the journey of self-discovery, is to go place where you have never been before. And your subconscious mind is very strong because it has the tendency to repeat what you have known. Yeah. So in the beginning, you are very insecure, and then after you do many times, and you feel stronger. Yeah, I remember in the beginning when I started to give lecture on the internet, on the Zoom, it's not very strong, It's like every time you feel very exhausted, and panicking, don't know what to do. Yeah, but eventually now it become a routine. Yeah, I use the Zoom and comfortable. So everything is like this. When you do something first and new, yeah, always you feel insecure. But then after you do, then you become stronger. Okay, so the mind in the transformational path is like this. Yeah, your past always try to call you back, because it has stronger habit. Okay, and the future and the present feel very uncertain, because it's new. Yeah. And the future is uncertain, so you worry. Okay. So at that time you need to have faith, because it helps you to carry on. Okay? And also you need to endure the feeling of emptiness while practicing. I mean, you are practicing, you are not happy, you feel empty. Yeah. Because why? Because you are neither here, neither there yet. Yeah. And you feel empty because when you change habit, yeah, let's say you have a habit of drinking coffee, and now you stop drinking coffee, and you feel empty, right? Because you are missing something. You're missing your habit. So you have to endure that feeling of missing. Okay? And then you allow time, and eventually your mind would get used to that, and it changed. So the coffee habit have this, it excites your mind. It makes you feel good. Yeah. And then now you stop it, and the mind feel, oh, I don't know what to do. Yeah. So you suffer from that withdrawal. Okay. And you feel empty, but it is said you need to endure that, and then eventually the new kind of energy from within you will come up and will fill up that space, and you feel better. Okay. So um, so you, when you practice yoga, yeah, try not to have this romantic idea, to believe that you will go and you will attain whatever you like, the bliss absolute. Yeah. And because the teacher, the scripture say, oh, you practice yoga in order to find peace and happiness, and then you don't feel it, and you feel, let down, and you have feeling of doubt. Okay. So faith, practicing faith or nourishing faith, yeah, gives you courage. Okay. And sometimes you don't know that you practice faith, but I remember when I was building the kitchen at the yoga farm. I'm not a builder. Yeah, I don't know knowledge of building, and the kitchen is very complicated because it's a commercial kitchen, so there's a lot of rules, a lot of regulation, and so on. So I asked somebody to do it, but then the person cannot do it, and then I end up the only person to have to do it, because you need a leader. So I have to do it. But I start, and then I stop. I said, oh, I cannot do it. It's too difficult. And then I start again, and by destroying the old kitchen, and then you have to rebuild. Yeah. So then it's very difficult because I have no knowledge. Never done a building kitchen, commercial kitchen before. I have no money. It's not like the ashram has a lot of money, and I can hire people and they can do things and buy things. It's not like this. So you have to struggle. Yeah. So what is it that allow me to continue? Yeah, until completion, until the kitchen is done. Yeah, it's the faith. Okay. Some level of faith. So um, that allowed me to every day, decide what's the next step. And my mind sometimes go completely crazy because it's too many choices, and I have no idea why things are so complicated. Yeah. And then, but step by step, every day, money comes when I need it. Then I overcome the the how say, the resistance of my mind. Yeah, why I have to do this? This is not for me. I rather do this, and so on. What yoga has to do building a kitchen? I come to teach yoga, and now I have to build the kitchen. Why? So it's like this. So I have to do one step at a time, and then eventually the kitchen is built through lots of struggle. And so when I look back the building of the kitchen, then the thing that I learned the most is to have more faith. Okay, so your life is about that. If you can cultivate faith and you have more faith, and you have difficulty but you keep going, you have difficulty but you keep going, and you pray and you make the effort, yeah, and then invisible forces come and help you, and then you, when you look back, yeah, you feel okay, it's not that bad. So then you build up your faith. Okay, faith is something that you need to build up slowly. Okay, so faith gives you courage to do what? To exercise your discriminative intelligence. Okay, so discriminative intelligence is what? Is your high faculty of the mind that knows this is the right direction, this is going backward, the wrong direction. Yeah, so then you need to go toward the right direction. If you have effort in sadhana, you make effort in sadhana, it will result in stronger faith on the path, and will increase your courage. Okay, like I said earlier, increase increase your courage to face the unknown, and allow you to let go of your attachment. So why is it that you cannot go forward? You cannot go forward because you have a lot of attachment that pull you back. Attachment to your own way of thinking, the attachment to your own way of being, and then you have all this idea, preconceived idea about yourself, about life, about spiritual life, and you have this negative thinking about yourself, that you cannot let go. So you cannot use your intelligence at that time because you are pulled back. So you need the courage to realize that what we have been believing is ephemeral. I mean, it has no base, and untenable. I mean, it cannot continue, and it is ungrounded. Okay, so for example, so many wrong beliefs that we might have. I believe that if I'm um, I believe that if I dress up nicely and I have a nice appearance, then people will love me more. You see, this kind of belief. Yeah, I believe that I'm always unsuccessful. Yeah, that somebody else always is more successful than me, and I'm not so important, and then other people are more important than me. Yeah, so these are wrong belief. Yeah? Wrong belief about yourself. Yeah, I believe that this world is not worth it. Yeah, to make the effort. Yeah, I want to escape this world because I don't like the world. I don't like other people. So these are all kind of belief like this. Yeah. Uh, um, um, I believe that my teacher is not taking care of me, and then you know, I uh, I believe that I deserve better teacher, and I want better teacher. So I believe that I'm in the wrong path, wrong step. So many belief that you have, and you have to exercise the discriminative intelligence, yeah, in order for you to dispel the doubt and the darkness, and you have difficulty. Faith will help you to get stronger in your self inquiry, in your sharpness. And faith also gives you the capacity to detach. Okay? Because if you are attached to something and you detach, you feel that you're falling down and then you die forever and ever. That's what an attachment look like. When I changed my job, that's how it looked like. I thought that if I let go of this job, then I'll fall down into a dark ravine, dark abyss, and I would disappear in it. I would die. I would be nobody forever and ever. That's what I thought. But you let go of this, and then your mind immediately grabs hold of something else. You let go of this job, and your mind get attached to something else. So you never really let go. Okay, but the fear that is there that makes that you cannot let go. Okay, so faith gives you the strength to go against the tendency of the mind to attach. Okay, the mind always attach, and to grasp, holding on to things, wanting things to be secure. Yeah, so faith will give you that strength. Faith will give you tranquility and calmness. Yeah, instead of restlessness. Yeah, why you are restless? Because you feel that you are not in the right place. You feel that you don't have the right feeling, and then you grab something else, or you get depressed. You know, so but faith gives you tranquility because you know that you will understand things at due time. Okay, you would things will not happen when you want it. Okay, and exactly because you want something, you expect something. Yeah, that's why you cannot really have experience of the unknown, experience of that something that would transcend your mind. Yeah, because you have all this expectation. So faith allowed you to be calm. Okay, so that things happen whenever it happen. Okay, so you carry on. Hmm. Hmm. I remember the story of this lady. Uh, she's doing the labyrinth walk. We have the labyrinth walk, which is the circle, different circuits, and then you walk. Yeah, there's one entry and there's one exit. Yeah, and then you go around, it turn this way, turn that way, go around, turn this way, turn that way, like this. It's a pattern, but when you're walking there, you don't see the pattern, and then you sometimes you feel like, oh, I thought that I arrived, but then there's a block, so I have to turn, and then again you get some other expectation, then again you have to turn. So it trains your mind not to go straight line, because your mind is if you have a logical mind, your mind always goes straight line. I will go from here, then I'll reach there. Yeah, so when it trains your mind, okay, you have to adapt, you have to turn, this is not the way, and then you have to turn, and then you're about to go straight again, and it makes you turn again, and you have to about to go straight again, it makes you turn again. You see, so the experience of labyrinth walk train your mind to be flexible. Okay, so um, so this lady, she said, she walked in the group that go in the labyrinth, and she thinks the person that walk in front of her is too slow. So she jumped over the line, which is not supposed to do. She jumped over the line to go faster. Yeah, and when she jumped over the line, she'll meet with another person that goes slower than the other person. So then it trained her not to do that. That she has to be, having faith and just walk, and then slow down and walk whatever it is, the path, and then she learned, and she say, self-realization will come at God's time, and it's not my time. I mean, we expect something, yeah, but then we have to surrender. We surrender that it's God's time, it will happen, not my time. I mean, not me deciding. Okay? So when you are on the path, you have a lot of temptation. I can do this, I can do this, I can do this, and then why I have to not do it and sit here, you see? So then you have to resist the temptation, detach from the temptation, remain in a sattvic state of mind, okay, which could be termed as boring. So your mind, get bored because it wants excitement, it wants something new, uninteresting. The sadhana always the same. You feel sad, you feel lonely, and you feel unrewarded. That means, nobody say thank to you. Yeah, they take you for granted. Yeah, nobody say thanks, and you feel this life is not very rewarding. So you have to have faith at that time. Okay, so it gives you the strength, because the rajasic mind, yeah, wants to change, wants to seek a novelty, wants to have new experience, and it dislikes contentment. Yeah? The rajasic mind doesn't like contentment. The tamasic mind is pulling you backwards, and the typical thing of tamasic mind is it's in denial. It denies happiness. It veils you from feeling happy. Yeah. So it's the tamasic mind is like a depressive state of mind. It always sees something negative, and it denies the happiness. So the subconscious mind, I mean the mind that is forged by habits, resent. So when you change new habit and new thinking, then the subconscious mind will resent losing grip over you. Okay, so you are subject to the subconscious mind for a long time. So when you don't want to follow your mind anymore, then that subconscious mind resent it. Okay, and it will try to deter you from exercising reason, from going higher. So that it will always pull you back to some emotion, to some past experience, and then it throws some doubt on your path. The subconscious mind will throw doubt on your path. Okay? So at that time, you need to exercise faith. So 3 kinds of faith. First is you need to have faith in yourself, in your capacity to find the truth within. I mean, you have to be kind of positive. Okay? Second, and you have to be faith in the scriptures. Yeah, because all scriptures teach the same thing. All scriptures talk about Satchidananda Atman, the true self. Yeah. So you need to have faith in the scriptures, and you need to have faith in the words of the guru. Yeah. So it happened that you have the guru, the teacher, the spiritual teacher, that train you in a certain practice. Let's say you learn Sivananda yoga. You need to have faith in it. After some time, 1 year, 2 years, and you say, it's the same thing. I need to experience other kind of yoga, because it's more fun. I need to do yin yoga, I need to do yang yoga, I need to do roping yoga, I need to do surfing yoga. I need to do, you know, you change, and then you change your meditation practice and so on. So because you don't have faith in the words of the guru. Okay, words of the guru say, just keep practicing this, just keep practicing this kind of yoga, keep practicing this kind of pranayama, keep practicing the repetition of your same mantra, yeah, that the guru has given, keep practicing the meditation, and then you get there. But when you do not get there, then you have doubt in the words of the guru. So faith, remember, is not blind faith. Yeah, it is based on reasoning, on evidence, and on experience. Then your faith will be lasting. Okay, the faith that is blind, it doesn't reason. Yeah, and you don't have the experience. Okay, so when I build a kitchen, then I don't have faith in myself too much because I don't have experience. Yeah, but eventually when I did it, then I have stronger faith in myself. I say, oh, if you put your mind to do something, yeah, then you can do it. See, so then I have faith in capacity of building the kitchen. Yeah, but also I have also faith in my capacity of understanding and of uh, uh, being able to understand the scripture, the teaching, and applying to the spiritual path. Okay, even though it's a material thing, building the kitchen is material, but eventually you become stronger in your spiritual belief as well. Okay, believe in yourself. Okay, so it's a small thing in life. Yeah, never give up. Yeah, if you start something and you have resistance, you have difficulty, do it. Keep doing it. Small thing, small thing. Yeah, and then you become stronger in general. So now something very important is that true faith is different than superstition and blind faith. Okay, what is superstition? Superstition means you believe something, yeah, and so when we do, for example, the ceremony here, we call the puja ceremony, yeah, I have to spend time to explain to people, otherwise it becomes superstition, yeah. So it's not helpful. Okay? Anything we do is for knowledge. It's not for blind belief in something that doesn't make you grow in intelligence and grow in discrimination and grow in strength. That is not helpful for your path. Okay, so it is better. Let's say you are a teacher. Yeah, it is better to let the person slowly discover the strength of the truth within himself through experience and own efforts and struggles in sadhana, rather than promising quick results, heavenly pleasures, converting people's faith in order to have more followers and force people to believe blindly. Okay? So if a yoga teacher, it's better that the person struggle, try the headstand and falling, try the headstand and falling, and try the headstand and falling, and sometimes get desperate that I cannot never do it. Okay? And then you encourage. It's better that they find their footing and then they can do it themselves, okay, with your help. But if you do it for them, yeah, then they would not uh, be strong, okay. So so it's better to allow the person to experience, and then uh, allow them to ask questions, and then eventually they become uh, stronger. Then at that time you don't need to waste too much time. Yeah, but it's not superstition. Okay, doubts. What is doubt? Doubt is the opposite of faith. Yeah, it's very common. Okay, if you don't have faith, then you have doubt. Okay, in the beginning of the path to turn inwards and to do self-inquiry, the student will encounter doubt. Okay, so it is normal because it's new and you don't know. Yeah, I remember when I started, and then I was very happy to found the yoga center and practice and read books and you know. And then I went to my work. I was a social worker in the government in Quebec in Canada. Then I share with my classmate, and my classmate is very nice, devout Christian, but she's very nice person, spiritual person. So I share with her. I went to the yoga center and I read, and I'm very happy to practice there. And she say one sentence. She say, "You worship Satan." Satan means the devil. She say that because she's my friend and I trust her. So I get shaken in my faith and shaken in my mind. I say, oh my God, what I'm doing. So I quit going to the yoga center. And then after a week, and I feel missing, because you go there, you eat vegetarian food, you practice headstand, and you have a nice community and so on. So I miss it. So I sit down and I ask myself, okay, are you being brainwashed when you go to the yoga center? Then the answer say no. The staff they are so busy they never even look at me and talk to me. Nobody talk to me. So um, no, I'm not brainwashed. So then I said, so what are you feeling when you are at the yoga center? Can you trust your feeling? So then the answer says, yeah, I feel good. Can I trust my feeling? Yeah, I can trust my feeling. So I say, okay, then go back. That's how after a week I return. And I don't understand why my friends say so. But then after long time practice, then I realize that also there are people that are very fanatic in their way because they function only about belief. You have to believe this and you believe that. Yeah, but yoga is not only about belief. Yoga is about practice. Practice first, belief after. It's not about belief and don't have to practice. You see, so but it was a very good experience for me. Yeah, to be to um, to have doubt. Okay, so doubt um, is normal. Okay, so I give another example. Yeah, so the swamis, when I was taking TTC, the swamis is saying, diet, yogic diet, you don't eat onion and garlic. And I was Vietnamese from when I was young, always cooking with onion and garlic. There is no meal, no dish that without onion and garlic. Maybe less garlic, but more onion. But that's the culture. Okay, so and then now I go to yoga, and yoga say, you don't eat onion and garlic. Yeah, and I say, how can I eat then? I cannot eat. I cannot cook. Yeah, but at that time because I was a new student, but I have somehow, this uh, this faith. Yeah, as a new student, I have lots of doubt, but I still have faith. I say, well, I don't understand the teacher. Why the teacher say so? Such a small thing, onion and garlic. Why they have to make a big fuss about this? So I argue in my mind, but then I say, okay, so I don't know. So let me just try. Yeah, not to eat onion and garlic. And if I don't want, I can come back and eat onion and garlic again. So that's what I said to myself. So then, and I carry on, eat the yogic diet because I was a staff person. So I had to stay in the ashram. And the ashram, there is no onion garlic. And so after some time, many years, yeah, I remember one day I went out to shopping in San Francisco, and then I buy some kind of food, falafel, Greek something food, and it has a lot of garlic in it. Yeah, and I was driving the car just a few blocks to the market, and I drive the car back, and I have difficulty. And my heart is pumping like a lot of coffee. I have drank a lot of coffee or something. My heart is pumping. My eyes are blurring, and then my mind cannot think. I said, "Oh my God, I have to stop the car. What's happening to me?" And I realized the importance of garlic towards the mind. Yeah, it has the capacity to switch the mind. Of course, it can be a medicine, but you don't take strong medicine normally. Yeah. So I understood now the teaching that I received years before and I resisted. But now, through my own direct experience, I realize that it is true. So, doubt comes from your subconscious mind. You know what means subconscious mind? Your past mind. Yeah, your past mind with all your past experience stored. And it's past. That means it knows the known. It knows what you have known. But it doesn't know the future and it cannot grasp the present. Yeah, that you have to be very clear. Your mind is always the subconscious mind that comes from the experience of the past, that cannot understand the present, and it cannot understand the future. So doubt comes from that mind, yeah, that past mind. Okay? The intellect, when doubts are there, when doubts are there, the intellect, your intellect, that means your higher faculty of thinking, will mobilize its resources to justify the doubt. So when you have doubt, the dangerous thing is the intellect that is higher, that is capable to reason, but when you have doubt, the subconscious mind creates the doubt and then will pull the intellect down to justify the doubt. You see? And it says, like this, see, I told you. See, I told you. And then your doubt is confirmed. Okay? So when you have doubt, you don't have the thinking proper because your mind is all the time trying to justify the doubt. Okay? Um, and the intellect, yeah, will justify the doubt through false reasoning. So you keep going in the reasoning to justify your doubt. Then the student at that time is in danger of retracing his steps. Okay, at that time he would lose the vigilance, lose the sadhana, lose the practice, and want to retrace the steps to find sensual pleasure, to find instant reward, yeah, to everything that you have withdrawn and from when you do sadhana, now you take back. Okay, so then you lose your way. The student needs to resort to satsanga. So the most important thing to dispel doubt, yeah, on the spiritual path is satsanga. Satsanga is what you are doing with me. We talk together, okay? And I talk with the scriptures, or I read books and from my teacher, and I share with you. So the satsanga, to pull yourself out of the doubt and to clear your doubt. So the moment your mind's kind of shaken and have doubt and resist and find some argument all the time, some argument, then you need to go to satsanga. Okay, that's why in the ashram we don't allow people to miss satsanga. Yeah, they have to do satsanga. Yeah? And because it changed, it quick, it give you some new idea. Yeah, and it change your doubt before it become too strong. Okay. So it keeps the satsanga is like a fortress. Okay, it keeps the student safe and inspired. Yeah? So satsanga can be with advanced students on the path. If you don't have a guru with you, you can have satsanga with advanced students who have no doubt. You need to find the satsanga with people that have no doubt. Okay, so don't have satsanga with people that have doubt, because that's a tendency. If you have doubt, you will find people that have the same thinking like you. Okay, and then you'll be in satsanga with them. I mean, that is called not satsanga anymore. That is called kusanga. Different word. Kusanga means company with evil company. Company with people that have doubt. Okay, but that is very easy to do because the mind has doubt, is occupied by the doubt. So you look for people that think the same like you, so you feel stronger. You see, and it leads you in the wrong direction. So need to find people that are regular, that are intent to do sadhana, or you can have a satsanga with scriptures. Every day you need to read a little few lines of scriptures, of master's book, yeah, and writing from your own guru. You need to write and you need to read just few sentences, think about it, and it strengthens your practice. Satsanga will clear your doubt and give you strength, yeah, through the power of sattvic company. Okay, the emotional habits of tamasic nature, for example, the emotional habit to be depressed and to be lonely, yeah. So satsanga will dispel this, and then also satsanga will dispel your rajasic nature that is always seeking for sensual pleasure, yeah, and be alone in your seeking of sensual pleasure, yeah, and so all this tamasic nature and the rajasic nature would evaporate in thin air. It would disappear. Yeah, as the student feels supported, it's very important that you're not alone. You need to feel supported and strong in your resolves to overcome the obstacles on the path. Yeah, you say, oh, other people have obstacle, I don't have obstacle. It's a big problem. Everyone has obstacle. Okay, so uh, I give you the teaching of Ganesha. Yeah, Ganesha, as you know, has the elephant head, okay, big belly, and 4 hands. Okay, so he's considered the remover of obstacles. So when you have doubt, you need to pray to Ganesha. Yeah, to remove your obstacles. Okay, so Ganesha is the embodiment of wisdom. Wisdom will remove. Wisdom will remove your wrong thinking. Okay, so you pray to Ganesha. Oh Lord Ganesha, help me remove my wrong thinking that create obstacle. And he has 4 hands. One hand he has a noose. A noose is like a, I don't know, it's like a rope. A rope like the cowboy has a rope. You know the cowboy? They have a rope and they swing the rope and they catch the whatever the cow or the horse. Yeah. So Ganesha has a rope like this, yeah, to pull the aspirant toward himself. Okay. He catches the aspirant, he pulls toward himself. And then he has another in another hand, he has an axe. Axe to do what? To cut the attachment. Okay. So what is it? Why you cannot have new idea and uh, and go deeper? Because you have too much attachment in the past that all the time pull you back, yeah, and keep you still. So then he has an axe, so he cut your attachment for you. Okay, he also holding the plate of sweet prasad. He likes ladu, the round sweet. So yeah, so he tempts you with the sweet prasad. Okay, to remind you the rewards of sadhana. Okay, that the sweet prasad is about. And then he has another hand with the right hand. Yeah, he has a hand like this. All the gods have the hands like this, called Abhaya Mudra. Yeah, Abhaya Mudra means no fear. Don't be afraid. I'm here. I'm protecting you. Don't be afraid. Okay, so that's a spiritual path. Don't be afraid of self-transformation. Don't be afraid of something that you do not know before. Yeah. And just go toward wisdom, transform your head, and then you have the result. Okay. And remove yourself from attachment also. So faith comes with reason. So the way how it works is this. So people come to me and they say all the time, I don't know. You say that I have to repeat the mantra Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namo Narayanaya, and Shiva and Vishnu and all this, and I don't feel any connection. I don't understand this, you know. So I don't also understand the Guru. They are not here. Yeah, I can understand you because you are alive, and then you teach, and then you bring the knowledge to Vietnam. I understand you, but I don't understand all this other thing. I say like that. Okay. So, but we have to reason. That's why when you teach, you have to reason. You have to talk, explain. For example, Ganesha, the symbolism of Ganesha, so people understand. Oh, okay. I need to become more wise. I need to transform my head, the way how I think, so that my thinking is not creating problem to me. And then I need to be detached from my wrong thinking, like this. So then it makes sense for them. So through the logic of the mind, it makes sense to them. And then after that, if you are all the time thinking, then it's difficult, right? You cannot all the time think, I need to be close to wisdom. I need to change my hair. It's very tiring. So then after you put the picture of Ganesha in front of you, and he represents that removal of obstacles, and you don't have to think anymore. You just have to pray, oh, okay, Ganesha, please, remove my obstacles. And then you see Ganesha there in front of you. You don't have to think, and you know that you go in the right direction. You see? So it's not blind faith. It can be reason, it can be explained, yeah, and it helps you to use your right brain and your left brain at the same time. So the deities are the symbols to teach you the way and the path according to your own temperament. Okay, some people are more emotional than others. Okay? You can approach the truth which you are seeking through devotion, and then you understand their teachings after. Okay, you have devotion, then you understand the teaching after. Or you can approach through the intellect, the reasoning, and then you'll be devoted later. Okay, so it depends on you. Some people are more devotional, emotional. They approach with that emotion first, and then they reason after. And some people have to reason first, and then they relax after. Best is both. Yeah, reason and emotion are involved to have a stable and secure path to the path of self-realization. Okay, both. But you have to know your nature. Yeah, you have to know that if you are a emotional person or a non-emotional person, a very logical, reasonable person, but then you are not satisfy your devotion. Okay, so symbol of Shiva, for example. Shiva, he has half eye open. What that means? It means living in the world and out of the world. Okay? Seeing the sensual world, but at the same time seeing beyond. He has a third eye open. What does that mean? I mean thinking with your intuition, your higher intuition. He has a blue skin. What does it represent? It represents the infinite. Yeah? God is infinite. He has the blue throat. Yeah? What that means? It means drinking the poison. I mean the difficulties of life, all this. negative thing that can happen in life, and stay detached. So he's not killed by the poison that he drinks. He's a half man, half woman. Yeah, what that means? That means beyond gender. And the truth is beyond gender. Okay, and also means that balancing between the right brain and left brain. He sits on the tiger skin. What that means? It means overcoming the lower animal passion. Yeah, he has insects in front of him. What that means? That means be compassionate toward everybody in every creatures. He holds a trident. What that means? He go beyond the three qualities of nature. Tamas, Rajas, Sattva. He has a Nandi, the bull, in front of him. What that means? You need to overcome your lower animal nature before you reach to God. So all this meaning is there. Okay, we have to reason it out, and then you can have devotion, true devotion. Yeah, and symbol of Durga, for example. Yeah, she represents your inner strength and your inner courage. Okay, so she's sitting on the tiger with 8 arms with all the weapons. People say, "Oh, what is this? I don't like all these weapons. I'm scared." And she's been given the weapon by all the gods. Okay, all the gods. I mean, all the forces of the universe is accumulated in you, yeah, to give you the inner strength in order to overcome your attachment and your wrong thinking. And that's what it means. So when you look at her and you remember, okay, I'm strong. I can do it. I make it. Yeah. Um, okay. Okay, Radha Chaitanya, I have my watch in front of you. I see the time. So don't need to remind me. Let me finish. Okay, thank you. So, you see, Durga is talking, you see. um, so she's equipped with all the weapons. Yeah, and in one of her hand, the weapon is the flower. Okay, and that means sweetness and beauty. Also, is an instrument of God. And she has also the gesture of blessing, yeah, to rise above weaknesses. Okay, so to summarize, Bhagavad Gita said, okay, the faith of each person is in accordance to his nature. The man or the person consists of his faith. So Bhagavad Gita said that. As a man's faith is, so he is. Okay, so the he said in Bhagavad Gita, threefold is a faith of the embodied. If you are living in this life, you have this body, you have threefold faith, which is in their nature. The sattvic person is pure, the rajasic person is passionate, and the tamasic person is dark. So the sattvic person or the pure person will worship the gods. Okay? The rajasic person will worship the demons, called the yaksha and the rakshasa means the demons. Yeah, like why some people followed Hitler? You imagine Hitler, yeah, he killed 6 million people and he has millions of people following him. Okay, and you have now all these dictator. They have all these big dictator in the world, and they have millions of people follow them. Yeah, and why? Because these people want to have somebody that express, strength and no doubt. Yeah, the wise person always stays calm and think back and forth, but the person that is very strong in their ego, they express their charisma and very strong, and then people follow them. Okay, so these are the rajasic people. They follow the people that are of demonic nature, and the tamasic people, the deluded people, they follow, superstition, the ghost, and so on. Okay, So you can see, you look at people, all three kinds of people. If you are practicing yoga, you are of sattvic nature, okay? So don't worry about that. But you need to know the other people as well. So Swami Sivananda said that no spiritual progress is possible without shraddha, without faith, okay? Because from shraddha, or from faith, yeah, comes the one-pointed devotion, and from this comes self-realization, okay? So without the faith, you don't have the devotion, one-pointed, and then you cannot get there. It is said that we cannot realize Brahman, the absolute, while we are still attached to our body and mind. We need to strengthen our devotion and faith while we're still immersed in the world of Maya. Yeah. So when we are still immersed in the world of our mind, yeah, then we need to have our devotion and our faith. This will help you to unveil slowly our own illusions and wrong thoughts and belief. Okay, so faith will help you to strengthen your faith, your devotion, and strengthen your self-effort and your own will. Yeah, have faith in yourself and strengthen your willing to study the scripture. You read again and again the same thing, the same scripture. Yeah, we think we know already, but we read again and again and again and again, and always some new thing, and we realize that we don't know. Yeah, the scriptures. Why we need to listen to the scripture again and again? Because they are unpolluted by humans' will and desires. Okay, faith in the gurus and the methods of the guru, yeah, until you get direct experience. Okay, you have respect of the teachings of the gurus. Yeah, the gurus actually come to us when we are ready to self-surrender and to open to knowledge beyond our ego and our intellect. Okay, so that's the summary of the question of faith and doubt, which is a very big question. Okay, so thank you for listening and to have faith, to listen until the end. Okay, all right. So thank you. So I will be traveling, but next week I would try to do the satsang, but listen to the message, because the place where I go, I'm not sure there is intellect internet. Okay, I'm not sure how is the internet. Okay, so if the internet is not good, then some other swami will do the satsang on my behalf, but I intend to do the satsang. Okay, even though I will be in a new place. So okay, thank you very much. Om Namah Shivaya. Thank you. Om Om. Yeah, Om Shanti.